Hi guys, this is Hector. Today is the 1st of June 2007. It's 10:15 a.m. in the morning, London time, and well, I've got some time. Seems like market are pretty quiet today, Friday. So I've got some time. So I thought I could perhaps show you the setups that I'm looking into trade today, or at least I'm following today, that seem appealing to me. The first of all is a Euro CHF. Okay, I'm seeing in the daily chart a bounce of the dynamic area of support in a nice trend. Okay, with the moving averages all pointing down, parallel to each other, etc., etc. And if we zoom in the 4 hours chart, we see a trend line break. Okay, to the upside. You see this trend line right there. Okay, it was tested there, and we've just today we've broken to the upside. So zoom in a little bit further into the shorter time frames. We see more clearly the up thrust that we've seen today. Okay, nice thrust indeed. Okay, with momentum, plenty of green bars all pointing to the upside. Okay, and now what I'm waiting for is a retrace. Okay, perhaps to retest yesterday's higher. Okay, right there. Or perhaps the actual trend line from the from above. Okay, basically we had the thrust, and now I'm waiting for a pullback. Okay, in the 30-minute chart already the moving averages are pointing up. Okay, and an uptrend is being formed. So basically, like I say, what I'm looking into is a possible retrace back to this area, and then from here search for a long entry. All right. Okay, that's the Euro CHF. Let's go now into the Euro Canadian dollar. This is the second trade, the second chart I'm following today. In the 4 hours chart, we see a nice downtrend with the moving averages again all placed the way I like them to be placed. Okay, as I explained in the course that I'm preparing. Also, I see a nice triangular formation. Okay, right there, and what I'm looking to, what I would like to see is a breakout to the downside. Okay, a pullback and a continuation of the move to the downside. Okay, any breakout to the upside for the time being, at least for today, Friday, would cancel the whole thing. Thirdly, where I'm looking into the GBP is the GBP Australian dollar. Nice downtrend on the hourly chart. Okay, with a level that's been working as a support a few times. This level right below the 239 round number. It's worked as support there, and then it worked as resistance this morning, early in the morning, right there, and now we are retesting it. Okay, moreover, the downtrend, okay, from the last the intraday trend line from yesterday, coming from yesterday's high right there, it's been tested there, and now it's been retested once again. Okay, and now if we move into the intraday time frames, I'm seeing that the trend line is breaking to the downside. Okay, the direction that I'd like to I like it to break. Okay, so basically I'm just looking for my typical formation. Okay, in order to trigger my short entry right there. Okay. And lastly, now the Australian dollar against the GBP, the JPY, sorry, the Japanese yen. In the 30-minute chart, we're also seeing a nice uptrend. Okay, as per my moving averages, we are now retracing back into the area I like to buy from, which is the dynamic area of support. Very beautiful moving average formation. Okay, retesting yesterday's high, and also the 50% Fibonacci level, which, as you guys know by now, is my favorite Fibonacci level right there. Okay, and retesting, like I said, yesterday's high right there. So in the short, this is the 30-minute chart, so in the 5-minute chart I'm going to be looking into any possible reversal formation. Okay, breaking this trend line that I'm marking now in red right now. As usual, if this level breaks to the downside, at least I will cancel the setup for today. What I'm looking into is my typical formation, okay, my typical reversal formation with a trend line, with an intraday trend line break to the upside. Okay. Well, those are basically the four setups that I'm following today. Like I said, I just wanted to just a quick update. Market seems pretty quiet, so I had plenty of time. So I said, well, why not showing it to the guys, okay, and upload it to the into the website. Alright, guys, I'll pause this video. If any of the setups trigger, I will let you know. Okay. We have today, in a few hours time, in about 3 hours time, we have the non-farm payrolls, okay, which is, as you guys know, is a massive fundamental news coming out in the market. Probably one of them after the interest rates decisions from the central banks. The non-farm payrolls is the biggest announcement of the month. So gotta be very careful with any trade around that area. Okay. All right, that's all for now. Goodbye. Hi guys, this is Hector again. Just a quick update to let you know that I've triggered my sell order on the GBP Australian dollar 1 minute ago. As you can see, that's my entry level right there. I've just triggered. Let me zoom into the 5-minute chart. I've seen a trend line, a retracement trend line breakout. Oops, my Windows, my Outlook has just crashed. Anyway, breakout of the retracement trend line with a pullback and continuation making new lows. That's my entry. Stop loss. I've stretched my stop loss a little bit. It should have been right there, but it was just so close. It would have been just a 5 pip stop, 10 pips stop loss, and that's way too. That's way too short. Okay, so I've decided to stretch it above this level that I'm basing my trade on. Okay, this level right there, that's been working multiple times as support and resistance, and furthermore I've stretched it another 5 pips above the 239.00 round number. Okay. That's basic. Oh yeah, the target. The target, as usual, measuring the whole potential move of the trade, takes me down here, but we have the round number, the 238 round number, about 20 pips above. I don't want to have that mark in the middle of the way, so I've placed my stop loss a few pips above that 238.00 round number. Okay, I'm giving up perhaps about 20-25 pips of this move, but nonetheless, I don't want to risk it. Okay, I'm very conservative with my trades, with my targets, so that's I've decided to cut short my target for 20 pips. I'll take half of my position at the low of the day and move stop to break even at this precise level, 238.40 right there. Okay, half out at this point, and stop will be moved to break even, and I will let the second half of the trade run to its full potential target. Okay. Well, that's about it, guys. I'll pause the video now and I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. Bye bye. Hi guys, this is Hector. Just a quick update to let you know that I've taken half of my position out on my left account right there at plus 20 pips, and I've moved to stop to break even. Alright, bye bye. Hi guys, it's been about 20 minutes since the last update. I'm gonna call it today. It's 3 pips away from my target, and it's a beautiful day outside. It's 4 p.m. Euro time, and I just wanna go out. So how did you do this thing? 1 second. Hey, that's the demo account, and 1 second. Alright, I'm out of it in my live account too. Well, that's it. Recapping a little bit. Entry was right there. Exited right there for plus 20 pips in my in the first half, and I just exited for plus 51 on the second half of the trade. A pretty stress-free trade. The entry was exactly right there. Right there, it was the entry. Somewhere around there is where I took half of it out, and I've just taken the second half out. Okay. Well, guys, that's all. A profitable day. I had 4 setups, 4 nice-looking setups. I took one of them. And that's about it. It's time to call it an end for the week. All right. Well, enjoy the weekend, guys. Bye bye. Hi, guys. Just a final update because my shift is about to finish at the markets for today. This trade is still open. So far, plus 20 out of the market. That right now the second half is at plus 25. Came within 5 pips to stopping me out, but it has bounced back down. So I'm just going to let this thing run to its full potential target, that I'm calling it a day. All right. I guess I could show you, why not, what's been going on in the other 3 pairs that I was following, if you remember. I don't know if you guys remember at the beginning of the video I showed you, at the beginning of the morning, and at the beginning of the video as well. Anyway, I was showing you the 4 setups that I was following for today. The first one was this one, the GBP Australian dollar, the one I am in the trade right now, with plus 20 pips off the table and plus 26 right now on the second half. The second one was a breakout of this triangle in the direction of this triangle, in the direction of the trend to the downside. It did a breakout, and I zoomed into the trigger chart, which is this one, the 15 minutes chart, and we got the breakout, the pullback, and the continuation aspect right there. You see this green bar. Okay, it was a belly trade from a technical point of view, but why I didn't take it? Why I didn't take it? Because it came out at right at noon London time. Okay, it was actually 15 past 12 in the afternoon in London, right there. And as you know, I stopped trading after I stopped trading at London noon. Okay, I don't like trading in the Friday afternoons. It's one of my golden rules, as I explained in my site. It's been a profitable week, and I am very apprehensive when it comes to trading beyond the noon hour in London time. It's always risky. But nonetheless, it's nice to see that my pre-entry analysis was correct. Okay, if actually this trade has already given out its full potential target, as I usually, as I mentioned in my website, how you measure full targets for triangle breakouts is you measure the widest range for the breakout, and you add it to the breakout point. Actually, it's shot about 10 pips below its full potential target so far, right there. But anyway, like I say, nonetheless, it's always nice to know that well, your technical analysis was correct, even if you didn't profit from the move. That's the beauty of trading with the trend, with the moving averages on your side. Okay. You're trading with the market sentiment, on pushing you along, okay, and well, that's why you have a much larger win-loss ratio, much better win-loss ratio than if you trade against the trend. Okay, the other setup that I was following for today was the Australian dollar against the JPY, which also triggered. Okay, I don't know if you remember, guys, I was following this setup right there, okay, for a retracement back to the dynamic area of support, okay, right there. Also the 50% Fibonacci level, the previous swing top working before as resistance, now as support, right there, etc., etc. Okay, so what I was looking for, it was for a move to the upside, okay, to the upside right there. And once again, it's proven right. It's proven, well, like I say, it's you are trading, or well, in this case, I was trading in the direction of the main trend, and that's this is what happens when you trade in the direction of the main trend. Just things come much easily. Okay, I did not take this trade, and once again, I'll tell you why. I did not take this trade because the entry was signaled there, and at this time it was 2:30 p.m. Okay. Once again, I don't trade in the past noon time, Euro time, and this signal came way after that time, and I just don't like being in the market a few hours before the weekend, the markets close for the week. Okay, I just don't like it, so I did not take this trade. Anyway, this is an Australian dollar, okay, currency pair. This is an Australian related currency pair, and in the other trade I am already short on the GBP against the Australian dollar. All right. So you know that one of my golden rules is to not overexpose yourself to the market. So if I am already in a trade with in a currency pair with related to the Australian dollar, I will not take any other entry until my stop loss is moved to a break even. At this time, my stop loss, it was still not at break even. Okay, so well, in my other trade, so I couldn't possibly take this trade. Let me explain you the reasons. As 1 second. Okay. Let me explain you the reasons of I mean, why would I enter? Why would I have entered at this time? Okay. As we saw on the 30-minute chart. This was my setup chart. Okay, I was looking for a bounce off this area. This is a decision area. It's an area where loads of elements of confluence, okay, come together around the area of dynamic support. Okay, like I said before, previous swing top, 50% Fibonacci, dynamic area in itself, etc., etc. Okay, at this precise time, at these levels of support and resistance, the market is bound to take a decision. Okay, it's a decision-taking point, and those decisions can be signified in the chart in different ways. Okay, sometimes we get a very sharp bounce. Okay, sometimes we get a bounce and a nice move straight away, or sometimes the market goes through a period of indecision, brief indecision, and that's what happens in this case. We saw a consolidation range at that precise time. Okay. Let me scroll. This is the 5-minute chart, sorry, and this is what happened when we reached this area of decision. Okay, at this precise time, the market had to decide whether to break below the area of support or to bounce to the upside, continuing the uptrend. Okay, at this precise time is where the war is fought. Okay, where the battle is takes place between bulls and bears. What's the market gonna do? Is it gonna break below this area of support? As I was saying, the 50% Fibonacci, the previous swing top, etc., etc., the dynamic area of support, etc., etc. Will the bears win the battle, and therefore we will break that area? Or, in the other hand, will the bulls win the battle, and the uptrend will continue making new highs? Okay. Well, In this case, the bulls won the battle, and well, we after this period of consolidation, after this battle, we had a breakout to the upside, retrace, continuation. Do you see this red bar right there? Do you see that? Okay, this is the breakout routine that I always follow. You have a level you want to break out from, and you wait for the breakout, pullback, continuation. Well, you have that right there. With that, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys to see it better. Alright, you see that? Okay, this is the range I was seeking to break from. Beep, 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 bang, breakout to the upside, retrace, continuation. My entry would have been right there, my stop loss would have been right there, and well, as you can see, it's been a winner. I didn't take the trade, like I said, I didn't profit because of my own money management rules, but nonetheless the analysis from a technical point of view was valid. And finally, the other chart I was following was the Euro CHF in the 1 hour time frame. Once again, let me recap so you guys remember. We had in the daily chart a retrace back to the dynamic area of support. Previous swing top, former support, resistance, now working as support. It's basically, as you guys can see, I tried over and over and over the same type of setups. Okay, this setup is basically extremely equal or extremely similar to the one I just commented on the Australian JPY. Do you see? A swing up, retrace back to the dynamic area of support, previous swing top, working formerly as support, now as resistance. We have a swing up, retrace back down to the, oh man, I'm messing this up. Okay, retrace back down to the area of dynamic support, previous swing top, former support, now working as resistance. Breakout of the retracement trend line, breakout of the retracement trend line, shooting up, and now in this pair, what I'm looking is for another move to the upside, just like we've seen in this one. The only difference is that this is the 30 minutes chart, and this is the daily. And this is the daily chart. So therefore, whatever happens in this one is much quicker than in this one, of course. But this is what's happening in the intraday action. I am basically looking for the same kind of move, but in the daily chart. So it's going to take more dice to unfold. But nonetheless, it's a very similar setup. Like I say, I tried very few setups. Okay, I only take 3 type of setups. The trend trading, which is this one. Okay, swing trading, to be more accurate. Breakouts, which is the one that I've just showed you on the Euro Canadian dollar. Okay, this triangle breakout. And the London Open breakout. Today I didn't see any London Open breakout type of trade. You can see that yesterday I took a London Open breakout actually, and the day before one actually too. So if you want to review my blog, you will see a few examples. Like I said, I only tried 3 types of strategies, and well, that's basically what I do over and over and over and over. Anyway, so this is the daily chart, zooming into shorter time frames. If you remember, I was looking for, this is the retracement trend line that we've just broken. If you remember, I was waiting for the same pattern I always tried: breakout thrust, pullback, continuation. A pullback to previous support, resistance area, now working as support. 2 elements coming together. Round number 16500, round number right there. Previous swing top, now working as support. Previous swing, support, resistance, now support. You guys, I mean, it's basically the same thing I tried every day. Okay, I show you in every videos. I keep on doing this because it works. Okay, it just works. All right, so I don't know. That's why I like to show you these kind of videos, because perhaps you might learn something from them. Anyway, I'm not gonna follow this strike because now it's 4 p.m. In Europe, and well, my like I said, my trading shift is finished. So the only trade that I have open today is this one, the GBP and the Australian dollar in the 30 minutes chart. It's looking good so far. This I took half here for +20. Now I am +33. +33. This is my final stop, and my stop loss is my final target. My stop loss is moved to break even. Which, by the way, I haven't moved the stop to break even in this demo account. This is just my charting account. I take my trades in another platform. I just take the trades here demo so you guys can see my entry and exit levels. I forgot to move the stop loss from in this demo account to break even. But anyway, my stop loss in my real account is right there. Okay, this is my final target, which I hope it will be touched today. It's only 20 pips away, and well, anyway, that's oops. It seems like it's actually gonna be touching very soon. I feel curious now to perhaps leave the video running or not, so you guys can see it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pause the video and I'll resume it in a few minutes. Alright, bye bye.